Hi guys, welcome to Workout with Di, and this is the No BS Bootcamp core workout. This should take you around 10 minutes, so grab your mat and we'll come down onto the floor for bird dog. So on the hands and knees, you're going to take the right arm out in front and extend the left leg out in the back, and then just bring the elbow and knee in to meet. Now if you can, as you extend the arm and leg, you're going to inhale. As you bring the elbow and knee in, you're going to exhale. Now, obviously here, if you can't do both ends together, maybe you're a beginner, you can just do the leg. And it's perfectly fine to keep that right hand down on the floor. Don't feel that you have to do an advanced version. So if you need to, just do the leg. Now, alternatively, maybe the movement is what's challenging for you, and you can just hold the extension, reaching the arm forward, reaching the leg back. So that's 45 seconds done. So we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. So just extend the left arm forward and the right leg back. And again, exhale as the elbow and knee come in. Inhale as you lengthen. Just really finding some length through the arm and through the leg. Just really helps mobilize through the spine, through the core, starting to get the body moving. Don't panic if you wobble a little, that's okay. And that is 45 seconds done. So we're going to move on to a crunch. So you're going to come down onto your back. So the knees are bent, feet are down on the floor. I'm just going to take those hands, take them to the temples or behind the back of the head. Take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, you're just going to round up through the head and the shoulders, lifting the shoulders away from the floor. Now keeping the elbows back, so you're really trying opening through the chest. So again, exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. So when you come up, try and look towards the knees as you lift, keeping a nice natural curve in that back of the neck. So you're not jutting the chin forward, looking up to the ceiling. Try and look towards the knees so that you don't have any tension on the neck. And that's your 45 seconds. So the next thing, you're going to lift those legs for a bicycle crunch. So it's opposite elbow to knee, extending and alternating leg. So the left elbow comes to the right knee, the left leg extends, right elbow comes to the left knee, and the right leg extends. So just think, when you bring the elbow over, that same leg is going to lengthen. So really trying to work on the obliques here. So you're still lifting the head and shoulders up and still trying to keep the shoulders and the elbows back. So you're not letting the elbows kind of collapse in towards each other. Try to avoid that if you can. So it's really not about getting the elbow and knee together, but pushing the shoulder over towards the knee. All right. Moving on, we're going to come into scissors. So you're going to stay on your back and just bring both legs all the way up towards the ceiling. And then we're just going to lengthen an alternating leg down towards the floor. Now try not to touch the floor and just switching it off, down and down. Now you can see here, this is the beginner version. You can see that that resting leg is up towards the ceiling. Reaching one leg forward, one leg up. Now if you wanted a more challenging version, you just simply lower the legs so that that quote resting leg is a little at an angle away from the body, as you can see here, so it's not pointed all the way up towards the ceiling. All right, so next we're going to come into a V-sit. So just going to come all the way up into a seated position with the knees bent and the feet on the floor. Take the hands and maybe clasp behind the back of the thighs, lengthen the arms, and then just find that tipping point where the chest is back and the feet naturally want to lift away from the floor. So you can stay holding the legs and maybe the feet stay down on the floor, that's your version. Or maybe you extend through the arms so that you're not holding onto the legs. Also have the option, which I didn't demonstrate here, is to extend both of the legs. So if you're used to yoga, this is actually boat pose or Navasana, but it's great for working the core. So if it feels a little too challenging at any point, you can just bring the feet down to the floor, come out of it, and then just simply come back in. Just choosing a version that works for you there. So next we've got the windshield wipers. So coming down onto the floor, on your back, knees over the hips and the shins parallel to the floor. Sweep the arms open nice and wide, and then we're just going to lower the knees and the legs side to side, allowing the hip to lift but the shoulders to stay down on the floor. Now the temptation with this is to rush through the move, but keep it nice and controlled. And the legs don't have to come all the way down. They don't even have to come halfway down. So choose a range of motion that works for you. Now again, maybe as you lower the legs, you exhale. As you lift the legs, you inhale. All right, so into a reverse crunch. So still lying back, taking the legs all the way up. Arms have a couple of positions. Maybe they're down by the sides, maybe they're out. But you just want to lift the hips up and away from the floor and try and lift the feet up towards the ceiling rather than shooting them over the head into that plow yoga position. Just want to lift them up. Knees are a little bent, and the knees can be a lot bent for less of a challenge. Still trying to control through that move. Now, if you need to, you can take those arms out into a T, or maybe for more of a challenge, you bring the arms across the chest so that you're not using the arms as leverage. Okay, so next we're going to come into mermaid. So you're going to be sitting on your butt cheek. So sitting on that side butt cheek. You want the fleshy part of your butt cheek, elbow underneath the shoulder, and that top hand behind. Lifting the chest and lengthening the spine. Lift the feet away from the floor, and then you're going to bring the knees in and out. So you're just extending through the legs. Now the legs won't come straight out, but they kind of come at an angle in front of you. So the focus here is you really want to try and lengthen up through the torso. So all the way from the hip to the neck is in a nice long straight line. Really trying to lengthen through the torso and keep some length and support through the core. I always think of this, and I call it mermaid, is because it kind of reminds me of the mermaid sitting on a rock and then like kind of flapping her tail. So obviously this is a single side move, so you're going to come around and do the other side, setting yourself up just as you did before, that elbow underneath the shoulder, sitting on the meaty part of that butt cheek. You know what I'm saying. Try not to sit on the bony part. Sit on that fleshy part of your butt. Again, lifting through the chest, keeping that chest up and lengthen through the spine. And you are done. That's your core workout. Great job, guys. So I'll see you next time. Bye.